That ugly, your kids ugly, y'all all ugly. Go to Mexico. Go to Mexico. Pushing me around. What's wrong with you? Back the f up.
Today on Darkborn Truth, watch this complete disgrace to society have the most obnoxious and prejudiced meltdown when she gets into a car accident with a Hispanic family.
You sure? Because she about to go.
While she has the right of way, they sped up would not stop.
My car, I have two kids.
Okay. So what happened?
She's saying they were in the stop sign.
I find you on the street. I'm getting from the cops and out. You're getting knocked in the nose.
Ma'am, I'm asking one more time. Just step over here.
Enjoyed the video? Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more real-life cases focused on justice and public awareness.
Call somebody black. You should take you back to Mexico.
One more time.
Take you back to Mexico. Go back to Mexico.
That's your car? The white car?
Yes!
Go stand by it.
The suspect is completely belligerent and shows no initial signs of cooperation. She's unable to control her emotions for the entirety of this incident and only continues to get more aggressive with the family.
Go to your car. We need your license, registration, proof of insurance. I mean, ma'am, you need your documents. Well,
the suspect refuses to share any information with the officers while she is distressed, so they try speaking to her friend instead.
I can't drive that car.
Like, she stopped at a stop sign. They just kept going. Isn't it like y'all feel like you could take a report or something like that?
So there's a report going to be made. It's you were in the car with her?
Yeah, I was on the passenger seat.
So, I mean, if she calmed down, we can actually get this stuff rectified. But her acting like this ain't nothing going to get fixed. I feel you. I understand that, but somebody has to do something. If you want to go in her car and get her documents for me, because the report's going to be made regardless. I need her license, registration, and proof of insurance. All that needs to be inside the crash report. Right? And then we'll take a story from whoever, and whoever was driving, we'll ask these questions, but her yelling and trying to fight the people, we're only getting one side of the story. She's not even giving a side of a story.
They sped up. They sped up.
Okay.
Who called? That's what
I'm trying to figure out. You have your license.
Come on.
Your car is pretty much.
What? It's pretty much what?
I don't know if it's drivable.
I don't think so. Can you help me out and see?
Well,
you dumb I was spit on you. You're spitting on you.
Whoa, relax.
Enjoyed the video? Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more real-life cases focused on justice and public
No, man,
awareness.
I have a crisis record. They know me already.
That's going to be your next stop.
Get out my car! Get out of that!
ma'am, I need your registration and insurance if you want me to do this report, correct?
As the officers try to gather her license and registration, she continues to freak out and shifts the blame to her friend who was in the passenger seat.
I'm not doing shit for nobody else. Because stupid Toddy had me rushing. Car! And you!
Nah, can you explain what happened again? Because I couldn't hear.
So she was driving.
She was driving on here,
Stopped right there, and then nobody was coming in, so nobody was coming. So she kept driving. This car just came out. I don't know what it was doing. Like, just kept going and stopping up and just kept going and just kept.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Is there like coming?
Yeah,
Somebody's coming to pick y'all up? Okay, cool.
I'm drivable, right?
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know what to tell you. It's easily fixable. But you just can't drive it right now.
How much is it to fix it?
Well, I don't know. When the record gets here, it's okay. So, listen, man, go to your car. Go to your car. To the car. Do me a favor. No, stand up. You can't sit in the middle of the street. Stand up.
I don't want to. I'm
You have no choice but to stand up. You have to stand up. You have to stand up. You don't want to sit in the middle of the street.
I don't want to.
At least sit on the sidewalk because your car is coming down the street. I don't want to have to pick you up. Okay? Can you stand up for me? Can you please stand up for me? Just stand up.
Help me out. I need help.
So then, listen. You can come over here, right, and have a seat. Just sit down. Sit down and relax. It's okay. All right? Just have a seat.
I remember
You need medical attention?
He said he's gonna call ambulance.
You do or you don't?
I think I do. I'm starting to feel it in my back.
Leave me alone.
In your back?
Don't talk to me again. I'm gonna do a favor for all y'all.
Okay.
Stupid ass Toddy got me in this predicament. You sitting up. Oh, I can't even
So,
see
yeah.
him. You.
There's some details.
And Toddy. Toddy can't talk to me no more. You. Don't ever talk to me again in your life.
I'm gonna get the trash out the street.
The officer cleans some of the trash off the street while they wait for a medical team to come and evaluate the victims.
Can you, ma'am, listen. Please, crisis. It's crisis. It's not that.
Your kids ugly too.
Listen.
Y'all all ugly. That ugly. Your kids ugly. Y'all all ugly.
That way.
You're ugly. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Leave me alone.
Come on. Look, I'm not about to chase her down.
Enjoyed the video? Please
I'm
like,
not
leave a
chasing
comment, and subscribe for more real-life cases focused on justice and public awareness.
It's crisis. It's crisis. It's crisis. It's crisis.
Leave me alone.
It's crisis. It's crisis.
I don't need crisis.
Listen, yes you do.
I need to figure out my car.
Your car is done. Listen, go talk to my mans in the ambulance, please. Thank
I'm
you.
not going with y'all. Whatever y'all think, I'm not going with y'all. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
She needs medical attention. She needs medical attention. All right, cool. She's a more sensible medical attention. And that way.
Don't call me again in your life. Stop calling me.
Thank you.
They not hurt.
Ma'am.
Y'all know anything about collision?
This way.
You Mexican?
This way. Thank you. Go over here with your friend.
Tell
Or your
Donald Trump, get off of me.
Go to. Tell her your next step is gonna be jail.
Leave me alone. Ugly.
I hear you.
You're ugly.
But next step is gonna be jail.
You.
You got a license on you?
No, it's on my I have
She don't need her license. She don't need her license. She don't want to ask you. Mind your
She was
business.
a passenger in the. I'm trying to help. I'm truly actually
You're not
trying to
helping
help.
nothing. Get them locked up. Don't let me ugly.
Alazán, ¿cuál es el nacimiento de ella?
Agosto 7, 2020.
I can fix the shit today. Leave me alone. I have no money for you. I make 20 police officers. That's the up.
That's good. You want to give me some money?
Yeah, I am ugly.
There you go.
Mr. Ugly, I spit on you.
Don't do that.
You're ugly. You're ugly. That's the thing. Go back to that girl. You're ugly.
Eso estaba la respuesta más. Y caminando aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Okay.
The suspect's mental condition only seems to get worse as more onlookers come out to spectate. Deputies come to a realization that they'll need to step in and arrest her momentarily, as she shows no sign of calming down anytime soon.
I don't want to fight with her. She's going to crisis, bro. But we're not about.
You know what? She hit somebody, bro.
Who she hit?
No, you don't know what she's gonna do. You got her out of control.
Man, let her act crazy, bro. We just get told, bro.
Maybe she come in.
Well, she's clearly out of her mind.
Go to Mexico. Go to Mexico. Go to Mexico. Go to Mexico. Look where you live at. Look where your house. I got more than you and your mom put together.
You, car.
No. How about that? I don't want nothing to do.
Enjoyed the video? Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more real-life cases focused on justice and public
No,
awareness.
when we pulled up, it was already in the street.
515. Lock her up for this.
Get up. Yeah, what's up? You're not slide. I have no shoe on. You're on my way. My car is still gonna be fixed.
Calm down.
Ugly ass. Open the door.
Okay.
Can't leave back here.
Who can't?
Open the window. What is wrong with you?
Let me get the keys.
All ugly. Everybody is ugly. I'm ugly back here. I remember faces. I remember you. I remember you ugly. The kid's ugly and you're ugly. God. Go back to Mexico.
For Northeast, eligible.
You want to get a face for me? Yeah! You ugly! Yeah! I'm gonna f*** you up!
262 dispatch from code 4, you release the air.
Now! Hey, hey! Take me there now! What the f*** I need my money. Nobody here make more money than me. Nobody in this car make more money than me.
305.
Nobody in this jail make more money than me.
Yes, sir.
Step
Step out. Step out. I'm
not the one. I'm not the one for real. Tell me that.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be going by tomorrow. We'll be going by tomorrow.
Excuse me, step away from the car.
Why you put your name?
Thank you.
Idiot.
Thank you.
My slide is broke.
That's fine. Alright, well, we'll take it with us.
I gotta walk with no shoes. We'll be going by tomorrow.
That's cool.
And I'm with the car. Thank you for that. You'll be going. What's your name? You'll be going. Officer what?
Officer Yeldell, badge number 6545.
I already know your first and last name. That's all I need to know.
Yeldell is my last name.
You wanna be bold? Let me know where you live at. So make it quick.
Yeldell is my name.
Let me know where you live at. So make it quick. You'll be going by tomorrow. Leave the apartment. You ain't your phone.
This way.
Dirty ass, no shit.
That's cool.
Ain't no cool. You'll be gone.
Have a seat.
All y'all. Stop pushing me around. What's wrong with you? Back the f*** up. What? But you can't.
Stand in the
Bye.
Stand in the box.
Stand in the box. Stand up.
Get off of me.
Stand in the box.
I bet you I'll be out of here. No charge.
That's not gonna happen. Spin
It's
around.
gonna happen.
Spin around for me.
It's gonna happen. I bet you. And if not, there's someone else that I got caught up for.
What's
No
up?
word.
Let me get those keys. I'm going in the box.
The keys?
Yeah, I'm about to put it away. You
I
good?
can't hear it.
I said I'm putting it right. Not dealing with this, man.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, I got. What's your name?
Tamia Lakeisha Jones.
No racial slurs.
Shut up.
Spell
That's
your
good enough for
middle.
you?
Spell your middle name.
I don't know my middle name. I literally don't.
I'm not surprised. What's your last name?
Jones.
Jones.
And I don't like my mom.
The suspect was arrested for disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and aggravated menacing with racial bias. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more never-before-seen arrest footage daily.
August 27th, 2006. Casey Crowder, 17, stranded on Highway 65 in Arkansas. She had minutes left and didn't know it.
Hey, I've got an empty gas can. I can take you to the Exxon real quick.
Okay, yeah.
She trusted a local father, a helpful stranger.
Pay attention to Casey Crowder, a 17-year-old girl walking alone down the highway to the gas station in Arkansas at 6 in the morning on August 27th, 2006. She had less than 15 minutes to live because Kenneth Osborne, 46, a local truck driver and father of two, was kindly offering her a ride. That day, Casey just wanted to get home before her father found out she had lied. But that day, Kenneth Osborne had a far more sinister plan. This is the story of the 20 minutes that changed everything. On the evening of August 26, 2006, Casey told her parents she was spending the night at her best friend Brianna's house, but she had other plans. Her real destination was 40 meters away in the small town of Dumas, Arkansas, where her boyfriend Adam Bigham lived. Her father wouldn't approve, so she created the perfect cover story. Around 8 that Saturday evening, Casey hugged her mother, Melinda, goodbye, promising to see her the next morning. The relationship between mother and daughter was close, affectionate, the kind where I love you came easily. Melinda watched her daughter drive away in the family's Dodge, believing she'd see Casey within 12 hours. She had no idea that her daughter was driving toward a monster. Kenneth Osborne appeared normal on paper. The 46-year-old truck driver lived in Duma, raising 2 children alone after his wife's death. Neighbors knew him as the man who drove his daughter Holly to work every Sunday morning. Always waving hello, always seeming helpful and kind. But beneath that surface, something dark waited. On that warm Saturday night, while Casey drove to meet Adam, Kenneth Osborne was preparing for his usual Sunday routine. He had no connection to Casey Crowder, no reason their paths should ever cross. But fate, cruel and random, was about to bring them together on a lonely stretch of highway. Casey spent Saturday night with Adam at his place in Dumas. Though not alone, they attended a party that evening, stopped at the local Sonic for food, then returned to his house where they spent time together before falling asleep. Everything seemed perfect. Everything seemed safe. But as dawn approached on Sunday, August 27th, Casey panicked. She needed to get home before her father returned from his night shift. Around 5 in the morning, Adam gave her money for gas, and Casey prepared to make the 4 a.m. drive back. As she was leaving, 2 of Adam's friends arrived, Jimmy and Jay, planning to go fishing. They said their quick goodbyes, and Casey drove off alone. She never made it home. At approximately 6 to 10 that morning, Casey called her mother from Route 65 near Dumas. The call came far too early, immediately alerting Melinda that something was wrong. Casey explained she'd run out of gas near the local hospital and needed help. The truth about her real destination was now exposed, but that didn't matter to Melinda. She offered to drive down immediately with fuel. Casey refused. Independent as always, she insisted she had enough money and could walk to the nearby Exxon station herself. It was only half a mile away. She'd handle it alone. She simply called to let her mother know why she'd be delayed. That phone call at 6:13 in the morning would be the last time Melinda heard her daughter's voice. What Casey didn't know was that Kenneth Osborne was already on the road driving that same stretch of highway to take his daughter to work. Their trajectories were converging in the worst possible way. 2 hours passed, then 3. Melinda tried calling Casey repeatedly, but every call went straight to voicemail. She left apologetic messages, assuming Casey was angry that her mother hadn't come to help. But as noon approached with still no word, Melinda's concern transformed into genuine fear. By early evening, the Crowder family was in full panic mode. Melinda called her husband, Martin, and together they made the decision to drive to Duma immediately. During that agonizing 40-mile journey, Melinda couldn't stop crying. Consumed by a mother's worst instincts that something terrible had happened to her child, they arrived in Duma around 1 in the morning. The small town was asleep, quiet, seemingly peaceful. Then they spotted their Dodge parked near the local hospital, exactly where Casey said she'd run out of gas, but Casey was nowhere to be seen. Martin immediately dialed 911 within minutes. The first officer arrived and began the initial investigation. The Exxon station sat just half a mile from the abandoned vehicle, an easy walk. Officers questioned every employee who'd worked that morning. None of them had seen Casey Crowder. She'd never made it to the gas station. She'd simply vanished. The Arkansas State Police and FBI special agents descended on Duma within hours. They contacted every hospital and jail within a 100-mile radius, searching for any trace of the missing teenager. Melinda checked into a local hotel, refusing to leave. "I am not leaving this town until I find my daughter," she declared, and she meant it. Sergeant Todd Daly, leading the investigation, knew the statistics were grim. The first 24 hours in any disappearance case are crucial. After that, the chances of finding a victim alive drop dramatically. The clock was ticking. Investigators began by mapping Casey's likely route. She would have walked from her car toward the Exxon station along Route 65. Someone must have seen something. Someone must know something. But when officers canvassed the area, they hit dead ends everywhere. No witnesses came forward. No one remembered seeing a young woman walking alone that Sunday morning. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source: surveillance cameras. FBI agents began collecting footage from every business along Casey's route. AMC Donald's, located 100 yards from the Exxon, had cameras covering its interior. Agents spent hours reviewing footage from early that morning, watching customers come and go. At 6, a girl approximately Casey's age appeared at the counter, but it clearly wasn't her. The missing teenager never entered that MC Donald's. Then investigators found the local hospital's security system. A new CCTV setup had recently been installed, and one camera pointed toward the highway, capturing the exact stretch of road between Casey's abandoned car and the gas station. If she'd walked toward the Exxon, this camera would have recorded it. Agents began reviewing footage starting at 5 in the morning, 10 minutes before Casey called her mother. In the pre-dawn darkness, only headlights were visible, making it impossible to see pedestrians on the sidewalk. But at 6:40, dawn finally broke, revealing the road in grainy detail. The camera was aimed primarily at the hospital entrance, but a small section of the sidewalk along Highway 65 was visible in the top corner of the frame. Agents focused on that narrow strip of pavement, waiting for Casey to appear. She never did. The realization hit investigators like a physical blow. Casey Crowder never walked to that gas station. Someone picked her up along the way. Someone stopped and offered her a ride. Someone she trusted enough to get into their vehicle. But who? Suspicion immediately fell on Adam Bigham and his two friends, Jimmy and Jay. They were the last known people to see Casey alive. Adam admitted giving her money for gas around 5 that morning. His friends confirmed arriving at his house just as Casey was leaving. 75% of disappearances involve someone the victim knows, making everyone close to Casey a potential suspect. Officers brought all 3 young men in for questioning. Their stories aligned but raised concerns. After Casey left, Jimmy and Jay claimed they drove past her abandoned car around 7 that morning but didn't stop. Instead, they went to Adam's house to inform him. Later, they drove to the Exxon to see if Casey was there. When they didn't find her, they returned to the car, waited 30 minutes, then went back to Adam's place. Adam said he tried calling Casey, but her phone went straight to voicemail. His friends claimed they spent the rest of the day fishing. Something didn't add up. Why didn't Adam or his friends go looking for Casey more urgently? Why did they simply go fishing while his girlfriend was stranded? Investigators noted the inconsistencies, but without concrete evidence, they couldn't make arrests. Meanwhile, FBI agents continued their methodical review of surveillance footage. A Sonic restaurant located 400 yards from the abandoned car had cameras covering its parking lot. The angle captured a portion of the road, a stroke of investigative luck. Agents began examining every vehicle that passed by that morning. At 7:04, a pickup truck matching Jimmy's was spotted on camera. For a moment, investigators wondered if Casey's boyfriend and his friends were involved in something darker than they'd admitted, but the truck simply passed by. Nothing suspicious, another dead end. Then agents spotted something else on that Sonic footage. At 6:03 in the morning, a white pickup truck with distinctive markings on its doors drove past, heading in the direction of Casey's abandoned car. 3 minutes later, the same truck returned, now driving noticeably faster, heading in the opposite direction. Car dealers helped identify the vehicle as an early 2000s model Chevrolet Silverado. The markings on the doors made it distinctive, but Silverados were common in rural Arkansas. Finding this specific truck would be challenging. Agents needed more footage. A Dollar General store sat at the intersection of Route 65 and 165, positioned between Casey's car and the wooded area north of town. A security camera there captured part of the highway. Agents obtained that footage and found exactly what they were looking for. At 6:03 that Sunday morning, the same white Chevrolet Silverado with door markings sped past, heading north on Route 65, away from town toward the woods. The timeline was devastating in its clarity. The driver left Dumont at 6:03, was captured on the Sonic camera heading toward Casey's location, then returned 3 minutes later, driving fast. Then the truck headed north on Route 65, exactly where that Dollar General camera picked it up. Investigators were certain the driver of that white pickup truck had encountered Casey Crowder, and whatever happened during those 3 minutes changed that morning from a simple case of running out of gas to something far more sinister. But they still didn't know who owned that truck. On September 2nd, nearly a week after Casey's disappearance. National Guard officer made a discovery that shattered every hope. 4 miles from central Duma, in a wooded area off Route 65, he found a body. A young woman, unidentified at first. Forensic specialists arrived immediately. A piercing in the navel confirmed what everyone feared. It was Casey Crowder. When Melinda received the call, her mind refused to accept it. "No, it's not her," she insisted. "It's probably someone else. I'm sure you've got it wrong. She's got to be okay somewhere." But the evidence was undeniable. Her daughter, her confident, adventurous, beloved daughter, was gone. The autopsy revealed horrifying details. Casey had been restrained. Her clothing was in disarray, suggesting an ulterior motive, though no evidence of completed violation was found. The cause of death was determined to be lack of oxygen due to a restraint used on her. She'd fought back, the injuries on her body proving she'd resisted until the very end. Investigators now knew with certainty they were dealing with a predator, someone capable of extreme violence, someone who might strike again. Analysis of Casey's phone records provided another crucial clue. Besides calling her mother that morning, she'd attempted to contact Jimmy 4 times, all unsuccessful. Then at 7:04, she dialed 1,550, possibly attempting to call for help, but unable to complete the connection. That timing was significant. 704 was when that white Silverado had been spotted on surveillance footage. FBI agents returned to their methodical work, reviewing every frame of CCTV footage. They traced the white pickup's route using multiple cameras, establishing a clear pattern. The driver had been on Route 65 at exactly the right time and place to encounter Casey. 1 week after Casey's disappearance, on September 3rd, police established a checkpoint on Route 65 at the exact location where the Crowder family's car had been found. They positioned officers there at 6 in the morning, the same time Casey would have been walking. Then something remarkable happened. The white Chevrolet Silverado they'd been searching for drove right up to the checkpoint. Its owner was Kenneth Osborne, a 46-year-old truck driver and Duma's resident. He was driving his daughter Holly to work that morning, the same routine he followed every Sunday. Officers discovered he'd grown up in Duma, had lived there his entire life, and was raising 2 children alone after his wife's death. On paper, Kenneth Osborne appeared to be just another grieving widower doing his best as a single father. But FBI agents had learned long ago that appearances can be lethally deceiving. The following day, Kenneth Osborne voluntarily came to the police station for questioning. He expressed deep disturbance over Casey's horrifying case, mentioning repeatedly that he was a father himself and understood how devastating this must be for the Crowder family. His demeanor was calm, cooperative, almost friendly. Then detectives noticed something that made their instincts flare. Osborne's hands were severely injured, covered in scratches and wounds. When questioned, he quickly attributed the injuries to his dog, but investigators weren't convinced. Osborne confidently recounted his Sunday morning routine. He'd woken his daughter, Holly. They'd had breakfast together. Then he'd driven her to work at the nursing home in his white Silverado. Their route passed the exact location where Casey's car had been abandoned. After dropping Holly off, he claimed he'd returned home immediately. But when investigators pressed for specific details, Osborne began to hesitate. His story started contradicting itself in small but significant ways. Then detectives confronted him with the surveillance footage showing his truck driving north on Route 65, completely opposite from his home's direction. Osborne calmly explained he'd realized he was out of cigarettes, so he'd returned to town to buy some before heading home. The problem was obvious. The footage showed him passing through town only twice that morning. If he'd driven home, then back, for cigarettes, there should have been more trips recorded. Investigators obtained records of Osborne's mobile phone activity. On the morning Casey disappeared, his phone had been registered by a cell tower near where her body was later found, not the tower closer to his home. His claim of returning home immediately after buying cigarettes couldn't be confirmed. But it wasn't enough. Without definitive proof, prosecutors couldn't press charges. Kenneth Osborne walked out of that police station a free man. The break investigators desperately needed came from an unexpected witness. A woman who worked at the same nursing home as Holly Osborne contacted police after hearing about her co-worker's father being questioned in Casey's case. The woman described something that had struck her as odd at the time but made terrible sense now. Every morning, when Kenneth drove past her on his way to drop Holly at work, he waved hello every single morning without fail. He acknowledged her friendly greeting, except on Sunday, August 27th. That morning, when she waved to Kenneth Osborne, he completely ignored her. His eyes stayed fixed straight ahead, refusing to make contact. That alone was unusual, but there was something else. There was a girl in the passenger seat leaning against the window. The witness had initially assumed it was Holly, but when she arrived at the nursing home, Holly was already inside, having come in earlier. The passenger in Kenneth Osborne's truck hadn't been his daughter. The witness now believed with growing certainty that the girl slumped against the window had been unconscious and that girl had been Casey Crowder. This eyewitness testimony was exactly what prosecutors needed. Combined with the surveillance footage, phone records, and Casey's own call to her mother, placing her near where Osborne had been driving, the case finally had enough evidence to move forward. Kenneth Osborne was arrested and charged with kidnapping and capital murder. The full story emerged slowly, pieced together from forensic evidence and investigative reconstruction. Kenneth Osborne had been driving home after dropping Holly at work when he spotted Casey Crowder walking alone on Route 65. She was a 17-year-old girl, stranded, vulnerable, needing help. He pulled over and offered assistance. He mentioned having an empty gas can and could give her a ride to the nearby Exxon station to fill it up. Osborne appeared genuinely helpful, trustworthy, exactly the kind of neighbor anyone would accept a ride from. Casey, confident but not reckless, trusted him. She got into his truck, but Osborne never drove to the gas station. Instead, he bypassed the Exxon and continued north on Route 65, heading toward the isolated wooded area where Casey's body would later be found. When Casey realized something was terribly wrong, she demanded he stop the car, threatening to jump out. That's when Kenneth Osborne showed his true nature. He struck her, knocking her unconscious. This explained why the witness saw a girl slumped against the window, why Osborne refused to wave that morning, why he drove past his normal route in such a hurry. He took Casey into the woods. Her disheveled clothing suggested he intended to violate her, though no evidence indicated he'd completed the act. Instead, he used plastic restraints to control her movements, but Casey fought back. Despite being just 17 years old, despite being overpowered by a man nearly 3 times her age, she fought with everything she had. The injuries on her body told the story of a fierce struggle. The wounds on Osborne's hands, the ones he blamed on his dog, were defensive injuries from Casey's desperate resistance. In the end, the restraint did what Osborne's fists couldn't. Casey Crowder lost her life in those woods, fighting until her last breath. She still fought him, Melinda would later say through tears, her voice breaking with a mother's pride and unbearable grief. She still fought him. The legal proceedings that followed were complex and drawn out over years. In 2008, Kenneth Osborne was convicted of capital murder and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. But in 2009, the Arkansas Supreme Court overturned that sentence due to errors in jury selection, ordering a retrial, facing the possibility of the death penalty in a new trial. Kenneth Osborne accepted a plea deal in 2014. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and kidnapping. At that time, 8 years after Casey's death, he was officially sentenced to 40 years in prison. The plea deal meant Osborne could potentially be eligible for parole. That possibility haunts the Crowder family to this day. "I hope he stays in prison until he dies," Melinda said, her voice steady with conviction. "Because I'm afraid he will make somebody else hurt. And I don't want to see anybody have this pain." The pain Melinda describes is impossible to truly comprehend unless you've experienced it. The Crowder family's entire world shattered that August morning. Casey's father and brothers carry an aching hole that will never be filled. The beauty was taken out of their lives, replaced with a grief that never fully fades. For Melinda, the guilt is perhaps the heaviest burden. She replays that morning phone call endlessly in her mind, torturing herself with what-ifs. I will always regret not getting in my car right at that very moment and going. And getting her, she says, tears streaming down her face even years later. I should have done that. I shouldn't have worried about my other obligations. I should have been in my car on the way to pick her up, and that's something I can never change. I will always feel guilty about it. I will always feel like it's my fault. But it wasn't Melinda's fault. It was never her fault. The blame rests entirely with Kenneth Osber, a man who saw a vulnerable teenager and chose evil. A man who destroyed a family because he couldn't control his darkest impulses. A man who proved that monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they look like helpful neighbors offering a ride to a stranded girl who just needed gas. Casey Crowder's case serves as a devastating reminder of how quickly normalcy can transform into nightmare. She was simply a teenage girl trying to get home before her father discovered where she'd really spent the night. A girl who ran out of gas at the wrong place at the wrong time and encountered the wrong person. The FBI's meticulous work, reviewing hours of surveillance footage, tracking phone records, and building a timeline minute by minute, ultimately brought justice for Casey. But no amount of justice can bring her back. No prison sentence can undo the damage Kenneth Osborne caused. The Crowder family finds what solace they can in believing Casey is now in a better place, free from the violence that ended her young life. They remember her as she truly was, confident, protective, adventurous, loved. They remember the sister who teased her brothers, but would defend them fiercely. They remember the daughter who never hesitated to say, "I love you." And they remember that on August 27th, 2006, a monster crossed Casey's path, and nothing would ever be the same again. Kenneth Osber took 17-year-old Casey Crowder from this world, but he couldn't take her memory, her spirit, or the love her family continues to hold for her. That remains untouchable, eternal, beyond his power to destroy. In that, at least, Casey